So we both pay bills, but he pays for all of them because my check direct deposits into his account. So he can like have all the money in one place and we can save and stuff. And he like has investments that he invests our money into. He gives me an allowance of $100 a week. Like if I need more, I can ask for more, but you know, normally it's just like $100 a week for like food and like random stuff I want to buy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We both pay for stuff, but you know, he handles all the money as the man should.
Come on and get your some. Come on and get your some.
All right, so we got a couple here that said that they mutually agree on how their financial program is being ran. And one of the first things I was looking for was a ring on her finger. I was looking for a ring on her finger. I was looking for a ring on his finger. It couldn't be spotted. I couldn't see the left hand, so it is what it is. So she says that her check direct deposit in his account. She said his, she didn't say our. And he uses the money to pay all the bills and also reallocate the money into investments. We don't know what those investments are. Now, I already know, I didn't even have to look at the comments to even figure out how people were reacting, especially women. I know women are going crazy. Oh man, they're going berserk. I already know. I ain't even gotta look at a comment to know. I just went ahead and just did this video because I just want to jump right on into it. The first thing I'm going to say is this. I am a huge advocate for people running their programs the way they want to run their programs. I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like there is no place for people to judge when it comes to one's journey. Whatever people got running in their lives, whether they're single or not, that's their program. I truly believe in however people run their stuff, whatever worked for you, whether you with somebody or not, that's your jump. That's your shit. Nobody has the right to even tell you how you're supposed to be running it. Now, with that being said, the reason why I said I was looking for a ring is because putting money into somebody else's account and having your check direct deposited into your significant other account, especially if you ain't married, and even when you're married, you still gotta watch out. That right there is kind of like opening up a can of worms for problems. And the reason why is because that man can just get your money and just skirt. You could be having up to 2-3 years worth of money into his account, and because you believed him as far as loyalty and being trustworthy, he could just get up and just bounce on your junk. Now, I don't like how his body language was. His body language kind of came off in a way like, yeah, let him know. And I get it, I get it, You might be proud of what your significant other, your partner is putting out there because y'all done came to one ground, all right? Y'all done came to one communication base where it's very, very mutual. So like I said, whatever worked for them, it may not work for me. It may not work for you. It may not work for Tom, Dick and Harry and Sarah and Susie, but it works for them. People got all kind of weird stuff going on in their lives, for real, for real. People do all kind of weird stuff. And even if it's outside of being weird, people have a problem with accepting the fact that they do not understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hope that one, she trusts him. Two, that's pretty much it. Trust is the main thing when it comes to the situation. Because if that man get up and skirt, and if he ain't putting that money into investments the way he should, then she might as well go ahead and get her dummy card. Go ahead and offer her dummy card and say bye-bye, say goodnight. Because I don't believe in trusting somebody that much with your whole check and they giving you $100 a week. Now, $100 a week, that's the thing that get a lot of people, especially women. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, I know they going crazy. $100 a week? Man, women spend way more than $100 a week when they single. Hell, even when they're in a relationship, they spend more than $100 a week of a man's money. And you're talking about giving her an allowance of $100. Now, like I said, she obviously trusts him to be the financial head of the relationship. Everybody got to figure out who's more responsible financially and who's not. she puts all her trust into that. And also, we don't know what type of conversations they done have. We don't know what late nights talks they done had, morning talks. We don't know how long they've been together. So he could have pulled out receipts and showed her all his investments, showed her where he got all his money at. And like, look, man, he could have said, look, baby, if you just give me your money, right? I know that sounds crazy. If you just give me your money, I can put our money into things that's gonna make our money grow tenfold. Now, this all has everything to do with trust, because if it ain't trust there, then this is a dumb situation. And even outside of the trust, let's just say there is a very trustworthy type of situation, what this is right here. A lot of people, especially women, they're just not gonna buy that $100 a week thing. They're just not gonna buy it, all right? That works for you, that works for them. People have to get into the mindset of allowing people to live their lives and stop being so judgmental. Everybody will be out here talking about, oh, I don't judge, well, I don't do that. Look, it's crazy how we live in a world full of killers, and killers would admit that they killing people, but they won't admit that they lying, they won't admit that they stealing, they won't admit that they haters. All right, and you ain't gotta be a killer to do so. Most people don't admit that they hating, most people don't admit that they thieving, and most people don't admit that they lying. So I think that people have to get into the mindset of actually worrying about yourself, to be honest. Worry about yourself, man. That's almost like walking into somebody's house, looking at their statues, looking at their decorations, how they got their walls, their couches, their tables, their food set up, and then you go in there and say, man, that's dumb as hell. I don't agree with that. That's stupid. Well, you can get your ass out my house then. How about I go in your house and tell you how to run your shit? Huh? Okay, that's what I thought. So, I am a free thinker when it comes to weird ass shit and things that don't make no sense to me. And if it makes sense to me, of course I'm with it. But if it don't make sense to me, I know how to remove myself and say, you know what? Maybe I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna let you go ahead and do you. I'm gonna love you regardless, and I wish you well. She's a whole dummy if she put trust into this man and they ain't married. She's a whole dummy if hell, they ain't even got no type of contract established. So if you're not even married, y'all need to have some type of paperwork established, because all he got to do is run off with your junk, and then what do you have left? Nothing. So there's a lot of things to unpack in this situation. I know I'm one of the few people that's gonna break it down this way, in a more mature way, instead of speaking from an emotional place. But I'm gonna ask y'all one thing. Ain't it so funny? And also, she said at the end, that's a man's job. Wrong. Now, that's the only part I really disagreed on. That's a man's job? No, I really feel like who's ever more financially responsible, that's who can kind of take the head of the finances. It ain't nothing wrong with a woman taking control of the finances. Hell, a lot of times, women, in a lot of cases, they control the finances even when they ain't making no money. They control what goes in. Well, they don't control what comes in, but they control what goes out. All right. So, and there's a lot of men that put their trust into women with their finances. My question is, ain't it so funny? And I ain't trying to start no jump. But ain't it so funny how a man is most likely and more likely to put his trust into a woman when it comes to his bread, but a woman, bruh, you ask for $100 a week, she gonna be like, what you doing? Yeah, I'm just saying, women, they are very stingy when it comes to their bread. So I'm just saying, is it fair? Is it fair? You know, everybody love to say let's be equal here, but you won't see a lot of women out here on these big ass boats in the wintertime catching snow crabs and trying to bring it back to the States. You don't see that. You don't see a lot of women out here. Women do construction, but you don't see them out here on skyscrapers and stuff, hanging down, putting the ceiling on, or building bricks. You don't really see that often. So we can't be talking about equal if everybody ain't doing the equal stuff as far as equality, all right? So that's all. But it's just so funny how a lot of chicks out here are very stingy with their bread, but when it comes to your bread, bro, then it's all, you just a cheap something. You know that, hey, he do that, I got to get away. Yeah, well, let's just say if it is working, let's stop talking about the bad. What if it is working for them? What if he ain't stealing? What if he's doing all the good things, all the pure things when it comes to their relationship? Is that a problem still? I think it still is a problem to the world, because we live in a world where a lot of people aren't understanding of other people's situation. They only understand it from their point of view. And you know, that's just the world that we live in. You can't give a damn what people talking about, because you run your stuff how you run your stuff, and we gonna run our stuff the way we run our stuff, or me, myself. So either way it go, if he wasn't stealing or didn't have any bad intention, people still gonna see a problem in this. What if, oh boy, what if the relationship ended and she ended up being in a better position than she was when she was by herself? Then what? Was she dumb then? Something to think about. Something to think about. Get your head out your ass. And mind your business.